In this video, things escalate rather alarmingly with the 2CV. How did that happen? Well, I didn't realise this was going to turn into a separate piece, so we're going to jump back to how this all happened. So I was actually working on this end of the 2CV, sorted out shock absorber, waxing absolutely everything, and when you start going around with a critical eye, you start spotting problem areas, and I made the mistake of having a pick on that corner. Let's see how that unfolded. Oh, why did I start picking? There was some bubbling here. I thought I'd better have a look at it, and yeah, we got moisture trapped beneath the paint. Again, there was a few cracks here. Started digging down here as well. I'm going to regret this, I can see, but it's pointless just leaving this. It's not going to get better, is it? Yeah, I can see, frankly, I'm going to end up having to strip this entire body shell again, but I don't really want to do that too soon, so I'm just going to continue trying to clean this area up, and we'll see what we're left with. I don't want to get too close to the window, really. This is very much about just staving off the effects of Welsh weather for now. Oh, good grief, it's like the paint hasn't even adhered to the body. Look, it's just coming off in sheets. Jeepers. But I've got to do something because there is clearly moisture behind here. So this is going marvellously wrong. It's so thick in places. Jeepers. But at least we can see this Zintek coating is largely protecting the panel. You can see the bubbling all along here, so it's all going to have to come off. Yeah. Oh dear. I fear Ellie is going to be needing another major bodywork session. Oh, it's just not adhered at all, really. It's just clinging on. Jeepers. I think I'm going to have to stop before there is nothing to look at that. Yeah, no, I do need to get this off. Got moisture trapped beneath the paint here. That won't do. At this point, I just want to take a quick time out, not for tea, but just to talk a bit about the background of this, because I don't want people running away thinking Alan, who restored this car, did a really bad job. He did an amazing job. I went to Alan primarily for his bodywork, and the remarkable thing is, only a few years earlier, he couldn't weld, but he cut all the rot out and replaced huge sections of the body shell. There is so little left of the original metal, and you would struggle to tell that he had done that work. So good is his welding. The paint was compromised by a number of issues. He was forced to use different materials, a sort of epoxy, to make sure it was compatible with the U-Pole Raptor. So that put him at a disadvantage. And this was still his first year of operation. He wasn't the most experienced at that point. There was also the fact that the car was painted the day before I took it away. So that was all a bit last minute. It didn't necessarily get a chance to properly harden. It really was sprayed one day, and then I came and collected it and took it away. And some of the damage on the body shell is because of that. I damaged the paint because it was really chalky, because it hadn't yet fully hardened. And I suspect that's what's going on with the rear window. What I suspect is happening is that there's a breach in the paint somewhere around that window. The seal is holding moisture, which is then creeping in behind the paint. So I don't blame Alan for any of this. Alan is a friend of mine. I think he does amazing work. It's just a bit unfortunate. So I don't want you running off thinking he's to blame, thinking he's got to sort it out. Sorting it out is going to be a nightmare, because to properly sort this out and get it all good again, I would have to strip everything off. The U-Pole Raptor, the paint, it's just a job ain't going to happen. So we're now into the same phase, and this has happened every time I've restored a car. I think restoring a car and trying to get it to last is much more difficult than the original manufacturer. And bear in mind, 2CVs were rusting and sometimes failing their first MOTs towards the end of production. Really, Ellie did quite well to last 14 on her original chassis. Was it 14? Yeah, 14, 15, 16 years is how long she lasted before she needed a complete re-chassis. But yeah, my point is I'm not harbouring any blame or grudges here. We've got a situation we've got to deal with, and yeah, I don't want you running away thinking that Sitwins can't restore a car. I think he does brilliant work, and you know, we're 4 years further down the road now, and he's only getting better. So it's good times. He's part of the next wave of specialists, the younger generation coming in, because the original specialists, and I hope they don't mind me saying this, are becoming of an age. More of them are retiring. We need this young blood to come through, but no one becomes super experienced overnight. It takes time, and you know, there will occasionally be problems. But yeah, that's where we are. Not looking to assign blame. This is the problem we've got, where water has managed to creep behind the paint. And this is my bodge solution for now. So this is where we find ourselves. The rust converter has cured. So I'm going to get some zinc primer on here. I've masked up as best I can with a Classic Car Weekly from 2006. That was the year I first had a feature proofed. I almost used the one I appeared in. I don't think I'm in this one. My friend Richard Gunn is, certainly. And Keith Adams is in here somewhere. I think he's on the other side, maybe. But regardless of that, I can see water is leaking out of this window seal, threatening to ruin my good paintwork. And that's an annoyance in itself. There's obviously water held in the seal here. That's not going to be great. I need to tidy up my masking as well, because look at that, ain't going to work, is it? That bit of masking needs to be up there. Yeah, you can see how soggy it is down here. This is not ideal. We're getting late in the afternoon for doing paint, really, given I've got to drive this car 50 miles to get back home. But yeah, circumstances have rather, no, stop picking. Circumstances have rather dictated a bit of a panic, so I had to nip out and get some masking tape. Fortunately, I do have some Citron Alpine White. I don't know what colour match it's going to be. I don't care, but I think some zinc primer is going to be a good idea first of all. Fast drying, it claims. Wish me luck. That's looking like a decent colour match already. That's a zinc primer. Right, I'm not going to put any more on. Oh, it's cracking already here and there. Crap, I've got contamination. Balls. It's contamination on the stuff I've just put down, which should be primer friendly. That's a bit disappointing, is that? But you can see it's readily cracked. I think I'm just gonna let that dry, sand it back, and try again. Well, it's starting to look a little better after a second coat. Still some signs of reaction, and it's a bit rough, but I have not got time to do a decent job on this. I just need to get this protected so Ellie can be parked outside again. She's the only car here that's currently roadworthy, so well, actually Tuk sort of is, but I don't really want to drive Tuk back to my abode, especially as she doesn't have any windows at the moment. I'll show you a bit what's going on with that just while we're waiting for paint to dry. In short, this runner section effectively just fell out of the door, so that's the bottom runner. Might be the wrong way round, not sure, but yeah, you can see the problem. Tiny little screws, and they've just literally pulled through the plastic, so I need to find a solution to that. I would love to say I'll just get another door, but the doors are not very easy to find, so that's not really an option. I'm going to have to repair it somehow. I'm not quite sure how, but I would like to get it done because I would like to have further adventures in this little car. But yeah, it's I guess in a way this feels like HubNut going back to how HubNut should be. Disasters handled very badly. So yeah, I'm going to get 2 coats of top coat on, I think, once this primer coat has dried, and then I can carry on and get back home. It's not how the day was meant to pan out, really. It's a shame because I was kind of enjoying it until that point. I was having a really nice time tinkering on my cars again. I know some people thought I probably should have used the pit, when I was working on the underside and spraying the underside. But A, I think I would have got even more wax in my hair than I already have, and it's already quite a lot, so I'm not going to rust. And B, the pit just isn't in a safe state for working in, to be honest, so it's only desperate measures that have seen me clamber down there. But yeah, all fun times, I guess. So just wait for the primer to dry. Right then, here goes. Right, coat one seems a decent paint match, although quite what the point is trying to get a match when you got this going on, I don't know. I wisely decided to move the 2CV out of the sun, so she's come forward a bit. Second coat's on, looks awful, but there we go. People are wanting progress on the Yugo Sana. I'm only at the unit a maximum of 2 days a week. Yesterday I only had a flying visit just to swap cars, because I've taken Derek to collect loads of 2CV bits. So yeah, nothing is happening. The Sana is going to be a bit like Foxanne, to be honest. Foxanne sat at my house, my previous house, for 6 months before I even touched her. And the Sana is going to be much the same. So probably a winter project when I start taking some of the older cars off the road a bit more. At least that's the plan. And the only problem there being I haven't really got any younger cars at the moment. My daily drivers are a pair of 1986 Citroën with air-cooled engines, and I don't think I want to subject either of them to full winter use, so I might well have to require some form of snotter to get me through the winter. I don't really like taking the cars off the road. They have a habit of misbehaving, so I'll probably leave them taxed and just take them out on nice days. But yeah, Wales is, as you can see with the state of the 2CV, it just is not a kind climate. I've just noticed some bubbling there. Let's not prod it, eh? We'll leave at least some of it in decent order. But yeah, there we go. So that's probably going to be the end of this one. I will take the masking off, and obviously you'll be able to see the join, because there's this huge join here. I don't know what I'm going to do longer term. I welcome your thoughts on the matter, but yeah, not really sure what to do. I mean, Ellie is never ever a show queen. She's never been in nice condition. That's why I rattle can the front wings with satin paint, which everyone tells me to polish, but I won't because it's satin paint. Yeah, I'm not really sure where to go, really. There's always something this car needs, and I've just noticed that today I seem to have lifted some paint off, taken the rear door off. That little bit of paint seems to have come from there. Oh well. Old cars, aren't they great? So I shall, yeah, I'll leave you for now. I'm going to let that dry a bit more, and then I'll start taking the masking off. Or is it better to take the masking off while everything's still wet? Maybe it's better now. And I look forward to seeing you in a future video where there will be some more automotive catastrophes. Farewell.